Have you ever wanted to navigate between tabs on your app using just a swipe gesture? It sounds convenient, right? If that's you, then you're in the right place. Today, we're going to explore how to set up swipe gestures for tab navigation. I totally get it. It can be really frustrating when you want to swipe between tabs, but it just doesn't work. You're not alone in this. Many developers face similar challenges when trying to implement swipe gestures. Here's the specific situation we're looking at. A user asked, "What is the easiest way to navigate between my tab bar using swipe gestures?" They mentioned trying to implement it but faced issues, especially with the app crashing when swiping left. Sound familiar? Let's dive into this together. So, what could be causing these issues? The crash when swiping left suggests there might be a problem with how the gesture is being handled in your code. We'll break it down step by step to help you fix it. And stick around. I have a great tip at the end that will help you implement swipe gestures smoothly and avoid crashes. To begin resolving the user's issue, we need to ensure that the swipe gestures are properly set up. First, the user should add both left and right swipe gesture recognizers to their view. Next, the user should modify the Handle Swipes function to handle both left and right swipe gestures. This will allow navigation between the tabs. For the left swipe, the user should instantiate the view controller for the next tab and present it. For the right swipe, they should do the same for the previous tab. Finally, the user should ensure that the identifiers for the view controllers are correctly set in the storyboard. This will prevent any crashes when swiping. Fun fact, did you know that swipe gestures were first popularized by smartphones? Now they're a staple in app navigation. Let's make sure your app is up to date with this trend. Now, let's look at the answers provided by other users. An alternative approach to navigating between tabs using swipe gestures involves implementing UI Swipe Gesture Recognizer for both left and right swipes. The user suggests using the tab bar controller's selected index to switch between tabs. In the swiped function, if the swipe direction is left, the code checks if the current tab index is less than the total number of tabs. If so, it increments the index. For a right swipe, it decrements the index if it's greater than 0. Let's move forward and look at another answer. An alternative solution suggests using swipe gestures to navigate between tabs in a tab bar controller. The user sets up both left and right swipe gestures in the ViewDidLoad method. When a swipe is detected, the handler updates the selected tab index accordingly. In the handler function, if a left swipe is detected, the selected index increases, moving to the next tab. Conversely, a right swipe decreases the index, moving back to the previous tab. That's all for that response. Let's see what someone else had to say. An alternative solution suggests using swipe gestures to navigate between tabs in a more efficient way. This approach utilizes guard statements to avoid unwrapping issues and dynamically retrieves the number of tabs from the view controller's array. To implement this, add swipe gesture recognizers for both left and right swipes in your ViewDidLoad method. Then, handle the swipe gestures by updating the selected index of the tab bar controller based on the swipe direction. That's it for that response. Let's explore another one. An alternative solution suggests using Swift for-selector syntax for swipe gestures. First, create swipe gesture recognizers for both left and right swipes in the ViewDidAppear method. Then implement a swiped function to change the selected tab based on the swipe direction. Let's take a look at an answer from another user. An alternative solution suggests using Swift 3's selector syntax for gesture recognition. This involves updating the action parameter in the UI Swipe Gesture Recognizer to use the #selector syntax, which ensures the function exists and prevents crashes. Here's the tip I promised. Always test your gestures on a real device. Emulators can sometimes behave differently, and you want to ensure a smooth user experience. And there you have it. With these adjustments, your swipe gestures should work perfectly. Remember, testing on real devices is key. If you found this helpful, hit that subscribe button for more tips, and don't miss our next video on enhancing user experience.